Hey real estate investors. Hey, I want to give you a quick update on the renovations down at the Aplex. So it's been me and a helper down here. I'm going to call it 4 days. So we took off half day Friday, and then we also had to run, I think 4 service calls last week. So we'll just call it 2 guys for 4 days. You can see I've been painting the cabinet doors. We still need 1 coat on top of them. I decided against setting up a spray booth. It's just so much work to set it up, and it's such a mess. So I just decided to hand paint them, and I'm actually glad I did. The Bear paint that I've been using, now this has had 2 coats on it, is giving me a really nice finish. So this is with a roller. I can't really see dimple marks. Now, is it as good as a spray finish? Probably not, but it's pretty good, and you don't have all the mess. So I'll probably continue to do them by hand using that paint. And I'll try to show you that paint when I go in the kitchen. We took off that wide trim here and mudded it. Of course, we got to sand that, paint it, and then I've got some trim, small trim to put around it, so that should look much better. In the kitchen, I know it was a mess, but this is how I work, so don't give me grief about it. Painted the boxes. You can see the finish looks pretty good on these. Put in a new Delta faucet. Delta is what I prefer to use in all my rentals. Under here, I busted out that the base of this cabinet and put in a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood, which you can see a little lip here. I think what was under there was 3/8, but I'm not going to worry about that. It turns out I had some of this flooring left over, so I put that in here. I just need to put a little bit of caulk around there, and this will be finished. If you're wondering why I have a blue paper towel under there, it's because anytime I change out a faucet, I like to do that to see if there's any leaks, and I'll show you why it's a good practice in the bathroom. In this bedroom back here, I thought I had a door that matched, but it turns out I don't. I found one that's a little bit different. The shade's a little bit different, and it's also swings the wrong way. So I'm just going to chisel this out, reverse the swing on it, and I decided I'm going to just paint them all white. So hopefully that'll look a little better than these old dirty, nasty brown doors. I changed out this thermostat. Now, the tenant told me that this baseboard heater didn't work. I was hoping it was the thermostat, since I knew I was going to change it out. But it turns out it's the heater that's bad. Now, be careful working on these. This is 220, and that will do some damage. So this is the line coming in. To test these, the 2 lines for the heater, just put an ohm meter across it. I'm not sure how many ohms it should read, but if it reads wide open, then you know it's bad. This is the first one in 15 years I've owned this Aplex. This is the first baseboard heater I've had to replace. So these things do last a long time, but this one's getting pretty nasty anyhow, so I don't mind changing it. They're not that expensive. Replace the old AC. I still got to address this. I'll probably just put some foam insulation under there. And like I said, sand, paint, put some trim around it. It should look pretty good. In the bathroom, we have replaced the tub surround, and I do put these in a mortar bed. It's just a little insurance to me that the tenant won't bust the bottom out of them. So I think that's a good practice to do. But read the directions on your tub to make sure you can do that. We replaced the flooring in here. I decided to reuse the toilet. We had a hairdryer in here trying to dry out this mud so we could paint yesterday, but I ended up just calling it a day. Put in a new vanity faucet, and you can see that there's a dark spot under there. I ran the sink this morning, and we have a leak in the drain, so I need to fix that. That's why I like to put the paper towels under there. In this room, replace the thermostat. Window guy still hasn't came, so I need to call him. We put in a new water heater for Valentine's Day, and we reworked this plumbing. Put in took out the gate valves, put in a ball valve for the main, ball valve to the water heater, and then added an expansion tank. The last like 4 water heaters I put in, I've been using brass. I just feel better about supporting that expansion tank with brass. Coppers work fine, never had a problem, but I just feel better doing it this way, so I'm going to continue doing it that way. When we started working on this, we realized there were gate valves in here, and of course they didn't work, so we replaced both of those with ball valves, and we sweated in a new shower valve. Now I would love to have wood behind this, but it just wasn't going to work with all the piping in here. And with solid copper, it's fine. It's worked for 25 years. It didn't have any wood back here, so I don't see a problem going forward. So anyhow, guys, that's the update. I expect that I'll probably have about 3 days over here by myself next week. I don't have my helper, and hopefully I can wrap it up in about 3 days, get this thing on the market, and get it rented. Thank you for watching.